Hey, it's Brooklyn Lou the Skeptic, former evangelical, now turned atheist. And I deal with a lot of apologists on my channel. So many Christians trying to convince me that God exists and that God is real. And one of the things I've noticed is that they switch very quickly to philosophical arguments. It is very difficult for an apologist to even say the most obvious thing, such as the God of the Bible is a person. They struggle with this because they understand that if they say the God of the Bible is a person, they're going to have problems defending that and to attempting to say that that person exists in a way that is outside of our imaginations. So I want to establish today that God is indeed a person going by the Bible, according to the Bible, the holy book that Christians use. God is indeed a person. And after we establish this, I'm going to go a couple of steps further. And then I'm going to establish that this person described in the Bible is mentally ill. Yes, this person in the Bible has characteristics of at least 2 mental disorders. So, God is a person. He is not a universal or impersonal force. He is a personal being in the Bible who talks to human beings. We see this throughout the Old Testament and the New Testament, where Jesus is God on earth in the New Testament. Jesus, of course, is a person. God is male. He is always referred to biblically as a male. He is, after all, a he. And only someone that is a person can be a he, right? Exodus 13, verse 21 says this: by day, the Lord went ahead of them in a pillar of cloud to guide them on their way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, so that they can travel by day and night. So we see here in the book of Exodus that God is a person in a cloud. He is a person. Now, the God of the Bible has emotions, and he is portrayed as having love, compassion. He gets angry, and he has grief. These are all said to be true according to the Christian's Holy Bible. Only a person can experience such things. So I think this firmly establishes that the God of the Bible is indeed a person. So now that we have established this, I will demonstrate that this person, this character in the book, has at least 2 known mental disorders. So here is the first known mental disorder that the God of the Bible has, according to the characteristics described of him in the Bible. The first one is narcissism. And It's a very well-known psychological disorder, and it reflects selfishness and arrogance. It is a self-centered personality having an excessive preoccupation with oneself. Now, the God of the Bible demands to be worshipped. In Exodus chapter 20, verse 3, we see that God says, "You shall have no other gods before me." This emphasizes this person's desire for exclusive devotion. Yes, God demands exclusive devotion. Isn't that narcissistic? I think it's pretty clear. The God of the Bible exalts himself as well. In Isaiah 42, verse 8, it says, "I am the Lord. That is my name. I will not share my glory with another." You see, the God of the Bible wants to be exalted, and he also exalts himself to a high pedestal. God is also jealous. God commands all attention and admiration. We see in Exodus chapter 20, verse 5, "I am a jealous God, punishing the children for the sins of the parents to the third and fourth generation." So we see God being jealous. Now, all of these characteristics are included in a diagnosis of narcissistic personality disorder. You see, the God of the Bible is a narcissist. The second known mental disorder that the person known as God in the Bible has, he has multiple personality disorder. Now, recently, this has been renamed as dissociative identity disorder. And what this is a mental disorder where a person has two or more separate personalities. I'm going to read that again. This is a mental disorder where a person has two or more separate personalities. Now, I just want you to look at the doctrine of the Trinity, which clearly states that God is one, while at the very same time having three distinct and unique personalities. We have three persons in one God. We have the Father, a unique person with personality. We have the Son, another unique person with personality. And the Holy Ghost, a third unique person with personality. You see, the God of the Bible clearly fits in to the mental disorder of multiple personality disorder, or as we now call dissociative identity disorder. The person who is the God of the Bible obviously has at least two mental disorders. And I'm sure my audience can come up with more, but those are just two. So if you worship the God of the Bible, you are worshiping a person who has at least two mental disorders. Congratulations. Now, if you like this type of content where we take on the hard questions of God, philosophy, and all things pertaining to religion, please like, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. I really want to hear from you, and I look forward to reading your comments. And if you want to support the channel financially, and this helps me keep my work going because I'm looking to get some new equipment. But if you want to do that, you can buy me a coffee. The link is also down below. Until next time, think rationally and be happy. You only live once.